audio and video. And we will check. That's good. And oh yeah, did you take the attendance? Okay, perfect. And then I'll hand these out, the packets that Bella made. This is logical reasoning section. 10 questions, and I hope that you guys have good eyes because it was very tiny. It was either print like 50 pieces of paper or 30 if I made it smaller. So I thought, all right, we'll go with that. I'll make it less pages. I think the library hates me now. I printed like 45 packets.
I once accidentally printed a whole textbook, so.
Oh my gosh, they probably thought I was doing that. And then I'm gonna also go ahead and hand out the BSU Pre-Law Club Constitution. It is only, we do, all clubs and orgs have a constitution that they must update every 2 years. So we have failed to follow that. So I'm gonna hand these out to you guys and I'm gonna kindly request that you just graze through it and highlight anything you or mark or whatever you feel should be changed or added or worded differently. If nothing, great. Awesome. Then at least we all looked over it and agree that it's good to be up, that it's good to go as it is. So yes, it shouldn't take too long. It's like 4 pages or whatever. I don't want to hear any complaining because I had to read the Senate one and that one's like 25 pages and that was really boring. Yeah.
I don't have a pen.
Oh yeah, I have one.
Thank you.
A pen or a pencil? Mhm. So yeah, don't do it right now. Not right now.
Oh.
On your own time. Right now, we will start with, hopefully have that done by the next meeting. In our next meeting, we will not meet in 2 weeks because we will be in the cities.
Right.
So we won't have a meeting on October 7th. Our next meeting, I think, is October 21st. So yeah, about a month. You'll have to look over that. So thank you. I guess now we'll just get into me and Bella. Yeah. Alrighty. So, oh, and we do have a, I'm guessing it's Pat that's on the Zoom. I'm not sure.
Yep.
Oh, it is. Hi.
Pat.
Hi.
How are you?
Pretty good. Definitely a
Good.
Monday.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we
But-
are just about to get started on Bella and Lindsay's LSAT tips and tricks.
Okay.
Screen. Why is it? There we go. So yeah, if you want to take notes, now is a good time to pull that out. And then also we record this, so if you miss anything, watch the video. All right. Well, let's go. Just gonna set it up here so that you can hopefully kind of see this. And yeah, so we have mostly everything to know about the LSAT. Didn't want to say everything because, you know, there's a lot. Oh, and I can't do that. Hold on, guys, where we go. So first we'll just get started with some general knowledge about the LSAT.
Okay, what is the LSAT? So LSAT stands for Law School Entrance Test. The LSAT is the most trusted test in law school admissions and the only test accepted by all ABA accredited. The LSAT is the only standardized test designed specifically for law school admission. And it's designed in partnership with law schools to assess the skills most needed for law school success, such as critical reasoning, reading comprehension, and persuasive writing. You have the options to take the test at home, proctored by a live remote proctor, or in person at a digital testing center. Okay, so what does the LSAT consist of? The LSAT is administered in two parts. The first part consists of 4 35-minute sections of multiple choice questions. The second part of the LSAT consists of an unscored writing sample. The multiple choice portion of the LSAT includes 3 scored sections and 1 unscored section. The unscored section is used to test new questions for future exams. The multiple choice portion of the test will consist of 2 scored logical reasoning sections and 1 scored reading comprehension section. The unscored section, the experimental section, will be either logical reasoning or reading comprehension. Writing
A
sample.
summary.
Okay. The writing sample is separately administered online, so they give you up to 8 days before your test to take it until your score release. You want to get that probably done at least 2 weeks before score release so that isn't delayed. And the writing prompt will present a decision problem, and you will be asked to choose between 2 positions or courses of action and defend that choice. And just to know, there isn't no right answer. They're just testing on your persuasive writing abilities.
Any questions on that part?
Wait, can you go back to the other slip sign before that? I just didn't see the 2 parts.
So the first part she was talking about is the actual multiple choice part, and then the second part is your writing sample.
Oh,
LSAT scoring. So it is based on a number of questions you answered correctly, your raw score. All test questions are weighted exactly the same. The total number of questions you get right is what matters for your score, not which particular questions you get right. 120 is the lowest you can get, and 180 is the highest.
So good so far? Just blurt out if you have questions. I love a good blurt.
Okay, here's some tips. Okay, so I recommend giving yourself 8 months to study before your test. And I also advise getting a prep book that explains the logic behind the test before diving in. Like, I'll show you guys my textbook, and I wish I got it and read it before I started studying, because it told me all the question types that are in the LSAT for the logical reading section. And it also told me, like, strategies to use in answering those questions, and it kind of just made it easier. So I wish I started with that.
Is that the best LSAT book?
In my opinion, this one is really good.
what is it?
The LSAT Logical Reasoning Bible, and it's up to date.
But that's only the logical reasoning section.
They also have a reading comprehension one about it, but I'm not, I don't need to talk about that, so I really read it. You should also take a diagnostics test when you first begin. So like that's before you even start studying. Just take the test, same conditions, just to see where you start, like what's your starting score. So you can see your improvement as you go. And be consistent. If you're gonna study, make sure you have a schedule and stick with it. That really helps. And have a wrong answer journal. So wrong answer journal, that is basically you take every question that you get wrong. You write why you chose the answer you chose, why it's wrong, why you didn't choose the correct answer, and why it's correct. And that really helps in getting you know, finding out like what you're doing wrong. Okay.
Good? Any questions? Awesome. Oh,
Oh, look for and use resources. So see if you qualify for a fee waiver, because that can help immensely, especially with like studying programs like 7 Stage. You can get like $1 a month for their services. LSAT Lab, you can get like a free year. And the LSAT Plus program. So this program, I'm very happy that I found it because I was just looking on the LSAT website. And it's tailored exclusively for individuals planning to apply to US baseball schools during their upcoming fall application cycle. So it accompanies and supports scholars for an entire year, engaging them as they explore the legal field, prepare for the LSAT, and then build their application materials. So when you're entered into this program, if you don't qualify for a fee waiver, they give you one. So I have the tier 2 or tier 1, I think, actually, yeah. So what the fee waiver includes, it's a 1-year subscription to Law Hub, which honestly is the best LSAT prep. Like, it's verbatim from the actual text. Like, it's basically the same setup and everything. And they also pay for 2 LSATs, including the score preview in writing, and then 5 cast reports to be sent to schools, which can add up. And also, I didn't put it down there, but look for accommodations. If you guys have anxiety, ADHD, depression, look into that and see if you can get accommodations. Okay, now I'm done.
well, I have a question. What is this plus program and how do,
Oh, you apply for it. So just look up Plus program on the LSAT website.
how are you
And-
eligible for it though?
You just do the application. It's usually to help like people that are kind of at a disadvantage for going to law school, but honestly, anyone can apply. There's so many different, I'm in the program, so many different people, different age ranges, different backgrounds, but it's really good. So I think you guys should definitely apply.
Awesome. So I will get into the first order of business here, that the LSAT is hard. You need to remind yourself of this often so that you will take your studying seriously. As I've said on here too, the LSAT does not define who you are or how well you will do in law school. I've heard that over and over again about the LSAT, that it does not define how well you will do in law school because the classes are different than that. And then, yeah, the LSAT's really hard for 2 main reasons, being the logic behind the test doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, and you were never really taught it in school. And then the time constraint. So yes, like Bella said, see if you have any accommodations available, like with, depression, anxiety, if you have any, I don't know, like bowel things that just came to my head, but like that would be a good way to like get another break or something, and you will want another break. So yes, definitely look into accommodations, because that time constraint.
Classes that BSU that you could have taken or that you took that helped like with the logic comprehension, or do you feel like?
No,
Yeah, I would agree with Bella.
you have to teach it to yourself. It's like,
Other than that LSAT prep book, is there just other like leisure things that can just help you develop that over time, or do you think?
reading, like a lot of like scholarly
Okay.
articles, like that helps a lot. Kind of just trying to stay focused on one thing, especially like a long lengthy article or something like that. That's it.
Any recommendations?
Go on like this library website and sort of like scholarly articles. Yeah.
And yes, as Bella said, take a full length practice test under the time conditions before you ever start any type of studying. Get that baseline, where am I at? Because you could get a 150 on your basic one and you're like, oh wow, like I don't have to do like super rigorous studying. I can, focus on these core areas and improve there. So yes, establish a baseline score, and like I said, determine areas for improvement, but then also it will familiarize yourself with how the test will look, how the questions are looking, I don't know if you know, but it's A through E, so A, B, C, D, E. Wish it was A, B, C, D, and you'd have a 25% chance, but no, they gotta make it difficult for you. So yeah, definitely take a practice test and get a baseline before you start anywhere. And I think, I'm trying to think I think the LSAC, if you go on there and then go to Law Hub, I think they have free practice tests that you could just take there online. And take your studying seriously from the moment you start. Personally, I would recommend giving yourself 6 full months to study before the test date. So as an example, if you were taking the test in June, then you would want to start studying in December. You would register for your June test in March. And then you take the test in June. And then also in June, you will be doing other things as well, not just focusing on taking the test. If you are planning on taking the test and then going immediately to law school. So if you are doing that, you're going to need to be taking the test. Then after you've taken the test, it is not break, I'm done. It is register for the CAS, send your transcripts, get your rec letters, write your essays. So just know that when you're done with the test, you're not done with the process. Using online resources. So personally, I wouldn't really recommend using prep books. For one, there's a lot of old ones that are still out there. So I would just say be really careful on erring on the verge of caution. I bought a book that said it was the 2024-2025 thing, and I got the book and it was not right at all, like not even a little bit. So that was a waste of $30, but at least it wasn't 100. But there is still some good books out there to read, like Bella's book that she has there that will give you some good information about how the test logic is. So yeah, I would say probably don't use like a prep book. I would say use a prep course, but also like read books. Read the books that describe the logic. If you can. And then there are many online, oh, what the heck? I thought I deleted Khan Academy. Never mind. Khan Academy, Bella told me today that they don't have it anymore. Oh, I just put LSAT prep resources. So Khan Academy is still a prep resource because you said they had some stuff on there.
Yeah, they only have like articles and videos of how to solve questions, but they don't have like.
A prep course, yeah.
Yeah,
Which
did they have the prep course?
they did, but she said it's gone now.
Yeah, they took it off.
Hey, guys,
What?
I think Khan Academy is inside Law Hub.
Yeah.
They just moved it.
Oh.
It's not standalone on the LSAC website anymore. It's within Law Hub.
Yeah. It was still available.
Like the course.
Law Hub does cost money. So it's not free anymore. Right, Pat?
I think there are parts of Law Hub that are free and then parts that are not.
So maybe just figure out what you can access. I don't know. And the LSAC official website has some studying material as well. I know as soon as I like registered for the test, then they were like sending me emails about some free prep course thing. I don't know. I focused on what I was getting at, which was 7 Sage. If you have the funds, I would suggest getting a paid course. I think you'll probably do a little better if you just don't do anything. So I personally would recommend 7 Sage. It is fairly affordable. They have, I think, 3 different cost pricing that you can choose from. Yeah, 3. And then it's really great too, because as Bella said, her book says like how the what types of questions and how to answer them. 7 Sage has all of that too, except not in a book. It's all on the videos and interactive and practicing. So that's why I really like that. And then I think I'm in like the tier 2. So I think it's like 60 or something like that per month. But yeah, Bella said, yeah, the fee waivers, try to do that. I did not qualify for fee waivers, which was stupid. And then, yeah, so with 7 Sage, it's really great because they have not just the LSAT mode, they have LSAT mode, and then you can change it to when you're in law school, then they'll have a law school mode. And then they have the bar version as well. But I would not recommend paying for the bar version because your law school will eventually have you pay for whatever they use, not 7 Sage. So, but I would say it's probably pretty good to use for the LSAT and law school. Because they have a lot of resources for the actual like application. So they have like resources for what your resume should look like, common questions on your resume, common mistakes on resumes. They have personal statement tips, diversity statement tips, just a ton of resources for not just the test part, like the actual application and the after part, which was really helpful. I used all of it. They also have daily live classes. I think that one is you have to pay for the tier 2 version, and then you get access to all their daily classes. Those are just all through Zoom with a like proctor person that they hire that works at 7 Sage. And all the ones that I went to, the proctor was super good, like super knowledgeable, knew everything. And then they also offer tutoring. I didn't do the tutoring, but if you have the time for it, you could try it out. I've heard mixed things about tutoring. I've heard some people say that the tutoring worked really good for them and that others, it just did not work at all. So I would say it's just kind of figuring out what works best for you. Like if you start studying and you're thinking you're doing good, then don't pay the extra for the tutor. But if you feel like I need more, then maybe go up. And with 7 Sage 2, they also have a study schedule that is prepared for you and admissions consulting, including the admissions predictor. So on this page, it shows how it makes the study schedule. So like if you wanted to start studying on Monday, December 16th, and your test is sometime in June, you would complete however, whatever materials in 6 months, and then you can do it in 8 hours a week, but you can also set it to like, if you want to do it, 7 hours a week, 6 hours a week, whatever you want. And then, you would do this on week 1, and then this on week 2, this on week 3, and so forth. That it's just makes it for you. You just type in your dates and it fills it out for you, which was nice because I was like, I don't know if this is doing like day, so this helps.
Was this your main thing you used to study for, or did you use any other resources?
I pretty much just use 7 Sage.
And then once I do later, I got 7 LSAT lab and law.
How would you say though your guys' learning types differ? Like, do you think for you, you're just somebody who needs more hands-on, how did you, I guess, like learning style wise, like why did each of these things work for you?
For me, I knew books weren't gonna work because boring. I need video or like on my computer read. I can't just read pages of
Like
logic.
this is more, would you say 7 pages like pretty?
Oh my gosh, yeah, which is what I really like. Like they'll teach you a certain question type, they'll go over with you through video, like 10-minute video-ish, go through every single one of first they just go through the question, like paraphrase that, like go through that, make sure you understand that. Then they go through every single one of the questions, why it's wrong, why this one's right. They do that for all of the.
I would say some of them,
questions.
but I see some videos where they just like, this is just an answer, I think that answer, and just cross it out, not even guess it.
And what would you say were better for you though?
I feel like definitely started seeing the difference when I was like reading the book and I realized, oh, so that's what they want from that question, like that's where I should be looking. Like reading the textbook and like highlighting, and like going back and reviewing. I was like kind of constantly drilling. And I just started like doing the wrong answer journal, and I feel like that's what's helped. And a lot of other people have said it like influenced.
I've heard really good things about the wrong answer journal, but the only thing is that it is time consuming.
Yeah, right.
But it helps your score go up, I've heard. So yeah, I would really recommend the wrong answer journal. I did not. Do as I say, not as I do. And then too, yeah, this kind of actually has some cool things too on the, like, before you go even into learning like logical reasoning and reading comprehension, they do these like base ones first of learning like the foundations. So like first you start with the foundations, and that has like the grammar, which that's a lot in itself on that test. So like there's grammar, I think there's like, yeah, arguments, like how arguments work. Yeah, there's a lot of like foundational stuff to build on when you're doing the logical reasoning and reading comprehension. And then this was super cool too. I really like this. This is the 7-stage law school admissions predictor. So basically you go into 7-stage, you click admissions, and then once you do that, a little drop down comes down and you press the predictor. Then in here you can put in what you got on your LSAT, your GPA, if you're an underrepresented minority, if you're gonna apply early decision, and if you're an international student. And then which month you plan on applying. October, it says October is the earliest, which is not true. I found out that some open in September, like Case Western Reserve Universities, or Case Western Reserve University School of Law. Theirs opened in September, which I was not aware of. So, you know that. It says October is the earliest. You can put it as that. I think the options are October, November, December, January, February, March. There is no not for you to get like a good amount of scholarship. So that's the importance of applying early. There's a lot of importance of that because there's in the pot to way. And then once you put in all your stuff, then you hit predict, and it will pull up this huge table of all of the law schools that is data for. If it doesn't have data for that law school, it'll just say like undetermined. There's only like a few that are like that, but the rest of them, it gives you like a percentage for pretty much every chance of getting into that school.
One website also has the same thing though. Yeah.
I'm not sure if it would differ in percentages. It probably does. They probably don't use the same exact software for them, but. More about practice test. We kind of did basically focus on all of this though, just the fact that reviewing your answers given, and I like to say review every single one, even the ones you have gotten right, because sometimes you go back and when you're going through the test, you just guess and maybe you get that one right. Well, great, but like you need to see why that was the right answer, not just like, oh, I got it right because I guessed it. Like, figure out why that was the correct answer so that you can answer it correctly next time. Yeah, once you've done some studying, taking other practice, whatever you did poorly on, focus on that. Don't focus on, you know, the stuff you did good on. Okay. Yeah. And they're usually a very good indicator of how well you will score on test day. Well, you agree, Bella? Yeah, your test scores, what your practice test, what you're getting on that, you can pretty much guarantee that's what you'll be getting on the day of the test. I would say it'll vary you know, maybe like if you're scoring in like a 160, it might range like to 165 from 155, like 5 points above, 5 points ahead, but I don't think it would be any more than that. You can't go up 10 points on a test day.
Did you guys, as at home, or did you guys go somewhere?
I went to testing.
Okay.
I studied mostly in my room, but then I took the test in the little study room that's over there.
Okay.
That's literally when you walk out this room, you left. Because they don't want you taking it in anywhere that has like windows or like any transparent. So like I was gonna go in the Decker computer lab. I don't know if you've been there, but it has like sliding glass doors, not gonna work. So gonna do that. And then I think there's some spots in the library that are like that too. So I would just be cautious. But I know that somebody last year took her test in the library and it was fine. So yeah, I would just rent a study room if you can, which is what I was gonna do, but the library's closed in August, which is when I was taking the test. So that's why I went in there. Yeah, very good indicator of how you will score on test day. So if you're, yeah, if you're getting what you're getting, that's what you're gonna get on the test, roughly. Take practice tests once a week until the last month or two. You could take twice a week, but I would not recommend taking any more than twice a week. I tried taking like 3 or 4 in a week and it was awful. It was seriously the worst. Like
Your practice test like the full like 3 hours or whatever.
once I did the 2 of them in a week and then I was starting to take 3 and 4, I was just slowly giving up. I mean, the first 2 sections went okay, and then it was like, I'm done with this. Like, guess. I want to be done. So definitely don't take more than 2 in a week. It'll really burn you out. And you don't want that. You don't want to be burnt out right before you take your test. So really bad. And then this is important, 5 to 7 days before the test day, no more practice tests. Cut yourself off. And just focus on like studying and reading and drills. But I would say don't with the practice test because at that point you have should have already done enough practice tests. Questions?
It's like going through the LSAC website and showing the like the creators.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me just make sure my screen is still sharing. Should be. Can you still see the screen, Pat? Me pulling up LSAC?
I see it. I know I see. Well, there we go. Now I see it.
Awesome.
Oh,
I'm gonna make this
yeah.
big if I can. I don't know. Okay. To the fee waiver.
You have to create an account.
I think you do have to create an account for the fee waiver to see that. But I think it's right here on the main page. You just scroll down. What website? I'm on the LSAC website.
Back to the website. And it's probably under LSAT. But if you make an account, it'll be under the, so that's how you do it. But like, just look at fee waiver, and it's gonna be like this here. How you know.
I just Googled apply for LSAC fee waiver and yeah, that's it right there. So you can learn a lot about it without having an account.
Oh, yeah. So you don't need an account, Aaron. Huh? Oh, you wanna, okay, we wanna look at those? I was just looking at the rest of the assignment, really. Seems pretty good. And for this, I think they do, yeah, they use your parents. They have you put your parents' stuff on there, which is really interesting because me and Aaron found out, I don't know if you know this too, Bella, once you go into law school and graduate school, you don't have to go on like your parents' stuff anymore. Like when you apply for financial aid, you can do your own now. So that's, I don't know. I think that's pretty big news, guys. Like I'm broke and my parents are not. So I'm very excited to be using my own stuff and maybe get some waivers up in here.
You're gonna get, don't worry, you need to qualify for that. I know like Tori, she had like a house bill that she submitted and then she got a free waiver. So like if you kind of have student loans or something, you can show them.
Which I did. So that was also good. And then just a bunch of documents that you can send in for that approval process. Benefits. Oh, this was the tier thing you were talking about, Bella.
The federal income poverty level for 2024 is 15,000.
I'm there.
Well, and then you have up to what if you now that's if you're independent or in so then it's up to 250% of that, right? So that means yeah. So 235. So take that 15,000 times 2.35. It's going to be around 35,000, I think.
Yeah.
But I think you do have to make that.
Mm-hmm. So yeah.
So to actually apply, you do have to open the account.
Yeah. So just looking forward, I'm gonna try to figure out how to do this, guys. I don't know where to go. Oh.
So they ask for tax forms. That's where I imagine whether you're claimed as a dependent or not will get. Well, that's how they'll figure that out.
Right. Yeah. Share. Okay. Don't forget that we have a networking event on October 2nd. So that is right before our metro area law school visits. That's right before. I don't know if that's a Friday or Wednesday or what, but October 2nd. Will be following the major and grad school expo. So they do this, I think, for sure every year. They might do it twice a semester or twice the academic year, something like that. But they do a major and grad school expo. So a bunch of graduate schools will come up to our ballroom and just kind of table, and you can talk with them. There will be somebody from Mitchell Hamlin there at that expo in the ballroom. So then following that, she had emailed Pat and was wondering if there was any interest.
I have to take off. We gotta getting dinner on the table, and I got another meeting at 6:30. So see you in the morning.
Yeah, can I come to your office hours tomorrow at 9?
Yeah, yep. I'm planning on it.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
All right, see ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Got a message from the representative that's coming and was wondering if there was any interest in her having lunch with some aspiring law students. So he said, you know, sure, we'll let them know. So if you guys have interest in that, you can come and chat with her. I think her name is Megan. I don't know. At 1, because the expo ends at 1, so she has to be tabling up there until 1. Then she'll come down to the Viking room, which is literally right below us.
Or
I'll try to be in the room at 1, or I might have to like go back up to the barn and like help her pack up. But like it might be like 1:10 or by the time we get in there. I'm not sure. I really would just say be prepared. Stand by. So yeah, Viking room, which is literally just right below us. Near Lakeside. And then our metro area law school visit, I'm going to be sending out some information tonight after the meeting. I have a list of all, I could probably just show you. I have a list of the law schools that will be in attendance at the U of M Law Fair. So the list is finalized. We have 8 students and 1 advisor.
what's the reading again on the 6th?
Oh wait, I'll pull it up before I say wrong information. I did send out we'll say this is a tentative schedule, because I don't know if this is all like for sure going to happen like at this time. So yeah, take this with a grain of salt.
For now.
For now. Yeah, so Sunday, 1 p.m. I'm guessing we'll meet in the Banksburg lot. Is everybody know where that is? Good. We'll take a van, 12-passenger van, since there's 9 of us going. We will arrive to the cities around 5. And check into the hotel. Haven't booked the hotel yet, but we're gonna, once I figure it out how to do that, guys. I got it. I'll try to do it. Then we will do dinner with a BSU alumni. We follow up with Pat to make sure he actually messaged some people to have dinner with. Because that would be kind of bad if nobody was there. I'm not sure where we will be having dinner. Does anybody have any like, ooh, we should go here, or ooh, I have this allergy? And the other thing too, I was gonna ask Pat, where is dinner? Who is coming to dinner?
is Kane? I would assume that, but. I would assume that you're probably gonna have to pay for your own dinner. Cause that's the only thing that SAFAC does not fund. They don't fund meals for student travel, just the transportation and lodging. So yeah, but follow up. I did ask Beach if he would come to our trip. He can't, guys. He really can't. He has, classes and stuff on Monday, but he did say that he would pay for a meal for us. So, yeah, I don't know if well,
That was a joke about the steaks, I was just kidding.
oh, I'm not.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not kidding. If somebody's gonna pay for it, then we better, take we're broke students, we're gonna take our, stuff where we can get it. If we can get a nice dinner, not pay for it. Never go with that option. So yeah, maybe I'll talk to Beach. But cause I was confused, cause I swear Danae had said he would pay for that dinner, that alumni dinner. And then when Beach brought that up to me 2 weeks ago, said that he would pay for a dinner, I remember saying like, I think Pat already said he was gonna pay for our dinner on Sunday night, but you can pay for our dinner on Monday night. Perfect. So if Danae does not pay for our dinner on Sunday night, we'll have Beach do the Sunday night dinner and then just kind of be on your own for Monday night dinner. When we leave and drive back to the Midgie, we'll probably just like stop, fast food somewhere on the way. Or like gas station or like whatever.
Does it change the van if I don't go? Like the travel. Because is it 8? I'm still going to the thing, but just not traveling. Oh, I don't know the yard. It's like. The hotel is like 20 minutes. So I think drive 3 hours here, get the bus on Sunday. Do you not go to school? I go to school here. I live here, but my hometown is like basically St. Paul. Okay. So St. Paul is so pretty. Yeah, I guess. Have you done about St. Paul? Yeah, St. Paul's better than Minneapolis. Yeah.
I guess this is a general question for the group. Where do we think we should have the hotel? Because these are all these places are in like different. They're not all like in St. Paul or like in Minneapolis, which sucks.
So it's right in the middle.
Yeah, I was thinking since we have to be at Mitchell Hamlin at 9, probably just get a place close to there.
Yeah, St. Paul's. Is that where
Probably.
is?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah. St. Paul is a little bit easier to navigate to than Minneapolis. It's a little bit quieter and less like
And safer.
yeah, at night.
Barely, but just a little bit.
St. Paul's-
No walking around at night by yourself. Do not do that. Buddy system. Always.
Somewhere in St. Paul, like next to the one is a little bit nicer area.
And since like checkouts for hotels are usually like at like 11 or noon, like we're gonna be busy at that time, so we're probably gonna have to check out like first thing in the morning and just like have all of our stuff in the van. Which is a 12-passenger van. There's only gonna be 8 of us in there, so we should have some room for some bags. So it's good. I was worried about that. And then yes, so Mitchell Hamlin, St. Thomas, lunch. I do not have a plan for lunch. That's also probably gonna be on your phone. We'll figure it out. Nice group. I got you. We'll figure it out together. Law school fair, that will be after lunch, and that is at the University of Minnesota. And then I was gonna pull up to some of the schools that are gonna be there.
Cause it actually is not just schools, there's some like resources happening as well that will be there, like Access Lex. I don't know if you guys have heard of Access Lex, but it's like yeah, it's just like a resource and they help with like yeah, I think with scholarships. I don't know if they do like prep for the LSAT. I'm not sure. But yeah, they do. One of the main features that's really good about Access Lex is you can compare different law schools based off of a variety of factors like our passage rate, GPA, LSAT scores, experience.
Yeah.
So it's some resources that will be there. Access Lex, Kaplan. I don't know. Test Masters and the Princeton Review. And yeah, a huge list of schools. So like this is gonna be all of them. So I'm not gonna obviously read all of them, but I will go through here. I'll just say some.
Can you just send us this one?
Yeah, I'm going to tonight. So I'll just say some like ones that are kind of stand out would be Case Western Reserve. We had a partnership with them. If you haven't looked into that, I would look into that partnership with them. Not just the 3+3, but they have this other program that if you get like a 150 or 153, they're gonna give you more money and like pay for your books. So definitely something to look at. I can probably send a link for that too, if I remember. I will, so write it down.
So do you know what law school you want to go to, or?
My goal was.
Yeah. I am just applying to a variety and
They say you wanna practice, you wanna go to law school and practice, so I wanna say this.
that's also kind of my thing too, what I would rather do, but I don't know. We'll see. Guys, what was I gonna write down? Oh, to send the what was I gonna send you? This?
Like the program and our partnership with community.
Oh yeah, send club. So you're gonna get some links tonight. Send club CWRU partnership. And if you're also, have you guys, I'm looking at you guys, sorry. Don't mean to call you up, but I know you guys are more freshmen. Have you guys heard of our 3+3 program?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah,
So you know about that.
yeah.
I just didn't want to be like, you guys are like, what the heck? Is that?
No,
What's
it's like,
going on?
oh, I met with, today.
Oh,
like
yeah?
before, and then he was kind of like, girl, like, go through your freshman year, like, he kind of was like, girl, what are you on? And I was like, I'm sorry. So,
No, I would say it's really smart to look at that though, because I looked at it too late and.
Yeah, so I'm surprised he said
Yeah,
that to
me
you.
too.
He's kind of losing it.
he honestly was kind of like frazzled when
He
I was
is, like,
he
yeah,
was
I
very, it was a very busy time for him too, like, he was like, you reschedule, and I was like, girl, no, and he was like, okay, fine, cool up. And I was like,
You could reach out to Tom Beach.
yeah,
too,
no.
'cause he's
I also,
really good.
I also probably should, because academically I'm a sophomore,
Oh.
so I take like 26 college credits.
Yeah.
So if
So
you
that's
miss it,
shocking that he said that to you, like,
I know, I was kind of like, dang, girl.
yeah.
After
You basically have like, you're done if you have 26.
I know.
Yeah,
So I'm
because
kind of like,
you need a minimum of 92 to go. Like after 3 years, you need 92 credits.
I know, and I'm like, I'm like, I was really like, I'm gonna graduate early, so I'm just like, oh no. But it's okay, it's okay.
Talk to Tom Beach.
Yeah, but I'm not too worried, because I don't really think I'm gonna have like a freak out and change my major at all, so I'm not gonna change.
Yeah, so, but if you're not gonna change your major, I would like.
Get on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
That's
if
good
you can
news.
start it, then that shaves a whole year off of your.
And you already have a year shaved off, so you're looking at like a year left.
Yeah, because.
Yeah.
Anxiety, don't talk about it.
Yeah, wait, that's just me. I get way too plan,
Oh,
so.
I'm like too type A, like you're telling me stuff and I'm putting things in my Google Calendar, and even like people like, by the way, I like, girl, it's in 3 weeks, so like, take a breather. And we are not gonna get that. Yeah, so like, what should I take that LSAT, like, why did we, what should I be like thinking about it then?
I would say that definitely depends on when you're graduating here, because in order to go to law school, you need a bachelor's degree.
Right.
So once you,
Unless you do the 3+3.
yes, that's
Okay.
true. So, but it
You do
depends on what
3+3.
schools, because there's only like, what, 4 schools we do 3+3 with?
I only know 2.
It is two.
I know
Okay.
Case Western and then the Mitchell Hamlin.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
And, okay, do you usually take the LSAT once you're done with college, basically, or do you usually take it while you're still like getting your bachelor's? Okay,
Yeah,
still, okay,
so-
still.
so I'm a junior right now. I'm gonna take it, the beginning of this summer. So that I can have like that summer to like possibly retake it.
Mm-hmm.
if I want to.
Leave yourself time to retake if you.
So I'm graduating 2026, so this coming year 2025, beginning this summer, I'm gonna take it, give myself time to retake it before I'm finishing my whole applications with all the schools and everything. So that way from October is early admissions, October is when I have to do it. Okay. Cause it takes time to do for that.
I think you can still apply as normal in October. Like you don't have to be. Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
And usually there's benefits sometimes when people do that, like we can get like a minimum.
It's very like.
Scholarship.
It's-
There's just so much, it's really, like, you know, like, it makes sense.
Is that's different than early?
I feel like law school and everything with law is a very like ambiguous field, there's a lot.
That's why the balance is the thing.
So much, and I feel like it all depends on like what law you're going and then that's just, and the whole thing, does that, you know what law you're going in, so.
No, I would say tip with that. I would say leave yourself
I guess.
first.
Okay.
Because if you say,
I want to.
I'm doing this is what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do criminal law. Well, guess what? You have to go to law school and learn criminal law, family law, property law. You have to learn it all anyways.
Yeah, you know, I'm planning on doing corporate law once I graduate, so like pay off my student debt, and then I'll do like a private practice and be a good person.
I mean,
But I'm sorry, but like my 30s, I'm gonna be that person. I will help big boy. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna be so good. But like, I promise I'll be a good person after. And then I'll go into politics, like, you know, but like, but like, I'm gonna be a bad person for a little bit. I've accepted it. And like,
It's like,
it's, but maybe you
I see now why they have the balances as the
I-
law thing, like,
But,
it's
like,
seriously.
I'll work for a bad company, but I'll keep them in check. Like, guys, no, we can't do that. But like, it's a really good merger. It's gonna be really hard, but it's gonna be worth it. Cause like, hopefully, like, won't like be like in debt for 20 years, maybe just 10, maybe just 10.
Another good program I've heard too that we were just talking about is like this military one, if you like go. What was it called, Erin?
I can't remember.
But you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
No,
It's
I
like-
don't trust the military ones because then they're like,
Well,
they
no,
sometimes
it
are
was-
scammers.
What did they call it?
No, they're literally the military. Sometimes I'm sorry. Yeah. They'll be like, no, we'll give you money and we have to do this and this and this. And then they'll be like,
And then you're in there for like 10 years.
Jag, it's like military lawyers, and then they'll like pay for your law school if you like go work for them for
but
4
then I think you
years.
get really locked in and be a military lawyer for life.
I mean, that's. the
That's
idea
true.
of What they're trying to do, but like,
Cause like you'd be like, oh, I have a job. I mean, it's not horrible, it's just like,
yeah, but if
But they're
like,
still paying for it.
they're paying, like I think it is, like, if you go into JAG after and you're a military lawyer, they pay for.
Yeah. well, I'm pretty sure also if you work for like public service, you're like.
That's another one that they talked about too, yeah.
You're like student, like, you know, like teachers and stuff, like there's certain things, not all, like you like work for a certain amount of years in like public service, you're like a student that doesn't get paid off.
Oh.
Yeah, it's, we talked
There's just a
about
lot of like, there's a lot of logistics to it though, it's not like. set. We gotta read the fine print.
today, but we might.
Yeah, we talked about, that's, like the access and rights people, I'll go talk to them about it, this lady who talked to us, was like, she's doing that, just and over it. The minimum for that little program is you have to work for 10 years.
Yeah.
So it's like, if to a certain extent, like at the end of that 10 years, sometimes you're multiple degree at first if forgiven, but it's like you have to work for them for 10 years. So that's a big chunk.
And it's also like, you might like not be loving what you're doing. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, group, don't forget, read the Constitution, make changes if you want to. I'm gonna send you an email tonight about the metro area law school thing. I'm also gonna make us a text group chat for that, so that we have, you know, communication. I have your phone numbers. Yes. We're gonna do fundraising this year. I'll talk more about that at the next meeting. We are not, or on the, we can chat on our little metro area law school visit, because we will not be having a meeting on, oh, realize you're not even seeing what I'm seeing on my iPad. We will have no meeting on October 7th in 2 weeks, because we will be, you know, da.
Well, a long bus ride.
Yes, next meeting is October 21st, so you have a little less than 2 days, less than a month to look over the Constitution. Okay, thank you, bye. Have a good dinner.
We need to make a gavel.
I know, we have one for Senate. Should I just steal it for these meetings?
Yeah.
I really think I should.
Then you can bring it back, and they won't know.
They won't know.
I won't tell you. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna write that down, and I'm gonna bring the gavel next meeting. I don't care what anybody of them says. See y'all, look out for an email for the, oh, okay, cool, awesome. Yes, downstairs, little networking thing. The LSAC?
Carter McLaughlin's going on, right?
Yes,
Are we the only two guys going?
yes, so you will be in a room together.
Now it's Pat, right?
No. Oh my God, imagine.
Right?
I can't believe you just asked that. No way, your face, you're like, not with Pat, right? No, Pat does not, he's not a student, so he
Okay.
does not reap the benefits of the student activity fee money.
Anything you need from me?
No, thank you so much, Bella. Well, wait, Bella, just one last little thing. You're good.
Carter, you might have to track down something. Oh, some types too. Yeah.
We'll just have to make a plan for what we want to do for the next, you know. And we'll get a plan, and I'll make the agenda, and I'll send it to both of you and see if you have anything to add or change it.
Okay. I calculated it through that whole website and then come up with like a long list of questions for you, so. I'll probably have a